Ramon, do you expect Mike to handle you guys differently at all?
Coach C has been handling us the same way for years. He gives guys an environment to where they can develop themselves. And in that development of themselves, you get certain things out of it, whether good or bad. And we've always found a way to deal with it. So I don't think he's going to, rein guys in or switch it up. The guys that understand how to work do that because of the amount of respect we have for him and how he allows us to be men first and foremost. So I don't think you'll see somebody whipping the whip to just do this and do that. I always refer to him as that uncle you just don't want to piss off. You know you can be who you want to be, but you step out of line. You guys have seen him in his element, the element that you don't see. He can be a real problem if you take him down that lane. It's just that certain stuff, you're allowed to be yourself.
There's a perception out there, players coach, reins are too loose, teams off the track. You've heard it all, right?
I've heard it all, and I'm sure you ask all 1,200 players in this league who one of the coaches they'd rather play for, he's at the top of the list. And that's because they know how he deals with people. They know how you're able to develop yourself. He's not going to carry you on a leash and tell you, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. People who are mature enough and professional enough know how to handle that type of thing. Ask yourselves, throughout the years, for people that say that, how has the development of this team been? Has he been one of the most consistent coaches in the league? Has he won games? Has he ever been a guy that you were scared that this was going to happen? No. Coach T is a guy that you want to work for, a guy that you want to play for, you give your all for, because at the end of the day, the mutual respect that he has for you is not seen around this league like that.
So the less talk thing you were referencing a moment ago, that's going to come from you guys.
Wouldn't it? Would you agree it should? He don't have to say much. Like I said, he's that guy you don't want to piss off. So with that being said, it has to be self-police.
It's a good starting point. It's first day to get him used to us. We were already kidding about when he was calling the play that he's got to get some bass in his voice. But that's just us messing around. But he's going to be good, and we'll break him in.
How do you see that playing out, Cam? Looks like you got 3 guys for 2 spots.
We'll see. I can't determine it right now. We're not even in pads yet. So, you just try to make sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody can communicate, especially for a younger guy to put that much on his plate. You got to make sure you stay on him. Keep talking to him, make sure he's engaged. But you got a guy like Mark Barron who's been there and done a lot of good things. So, we'll see how everybody progresses.
Is this the way this offseason transpired, including the national news, a motivating factor in any way for the leaders?
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
I think that gets misconstrued, though, because, we didn't make the playoffs. You can talk all you want about off-field stuff, but you win the Super Bowl, what are we talking about? The end goal is to win. I don't care how it gets done, but, I think we're just ready to get that 9-6-1 out of our mouths. And the only way to do that is just keep competing right now.
Cam, do you expect Mike to handle you guys any differently? Either
with what?
Not just the normal schematic tweaks, but does it need to be reined in, or does
what needs to be reined in?
I don't know. I'm just. Do you see anything the way last year ended going into this year that might change?
Man, we're talking about a few and not talking about the many. We got a great group of guys that are hard-nosed and just trying to get better. Coach T is going to coach it like he wants to. I don't make that decision. I don't expect that decision, but it's definitely not going to be stagnant.
Does it feel weird going 2 years from being the youngest guy? I mean, you're still young, but you're like one of the most experienced.
Yeah, it is weird, being at 22, but, having, that many, games played and being a role model for that room, I'm pretty sure I can take on that challenge, and that's what I've been doing, being a leader and just trying to, contribute like everybody else.
How exciting is this opportunity for you to be the number 1?
Super exciting. But, I don't think of it as like that. I think of it like, it's not about the number 1 guy. I mean, yes, you have number 1 quarterback, number 1, running back, but at the end of the day, it's a collective game, The only way you move the ball is like all 11, make plays and do their job, and, that's what it's going to take to win the Super Bowl.
This is one of those life comes at you fast kind of things. I mean, 2 years ago, the youngest guy in the league, and now you look around your room and in this offense, you're the guy that's been around a lot.
Yeah, I mean, with the experience that I played, at this point, age is just a number. I've played enough games under my belt where I'm able to take on this, and it's just another challenge that we got to deal with.
you saw what other teams have done to AB as far as the brackets and double coverage. Do you feel like that's coming for you? Do you think?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, we felt it last year. Playing against Patriot. They doubled me and AB. It wasn't nothing. Nothing new. This year it's supposed to be the same thing. I'm going to be getting the same coverages, the double, and we got guys like Moncrief, James. All these. We dropped a new wide receiver, Dante. We have so many guys who can make plays, so I'm not worried about that.
Have you been impressed with the new guys?
Oh yeah. Today he impressed me a lot. Today he caught a couple balls. Ben told him to come in. He made a couple plays and he's doing his job.
How have you seen James grow from last year to this year?
Oh, huge, man. He's not jumping every time he goes and catches the ball. He's running through all his routes. Powerful, strong. His conditioning's up there. So yeah.
JuJu, I mean, AB was a guy that when he led, he was a hard worker, led by example. I mean, would you imagine? Do you feel like you need to be more vocal? I mean, you're going to be more vocal.
I'm already vocal. I mean, I'm just vocal just in person. In general, that's just how I am. There's no need for me to go out of my way and yell at the guys. I mean, we're all adults here. We all know, what's right from wrong, and everyone just works. Everyone has a voice in the room. It's not just mine, but everyone just what they believe and what we go by.
In the positive sense, could you picked up a lot of that from AB, the work ethic and everything? And the
oh, no doubt. I mean, always. I think everyone picked it up. Not only as a receiver, but everybody on the team. They seen how AB worked. They see how he came out here every day, and he just went hard, 100%. But I think for myself, I'm just focused on the guys that we have here, how we can get better, and just increase our gameplay.
Do you like the leadership role now? I mean,
I like to have a little voice. Being a young guy in the room, being 22, I feel like my dog, a French bulldog. Just barking at everybody, but at the same time, they got dogs too who can bark. So, I like that role. Yeah.
Was it hard the way things ended though with AB and things he said about other teammates and yourself?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if that's his opinion. For myself, it's I kind of stand from afar. I'm not worried about what he has going on in his team. I wish him nothing but the best. He's a great player. He dominates on the field. As for myself, I'm worried about the guys that we have here, my teammates, and how I can, be great on the field and off the field.
This offseason, does it add to the motivation for you and for this team?
Oh, for sure. So much motivation for everyone. You think about, last year. Having AB and Le'Veon, and this year, not having those two guys, two great players. And think for this year, we got guys we picked up like Moncrief. James Conner is his time now. It's always been his time, man. But now, it's just like we always gonna rock who we got in our locker room. So at the end of the day, whoever's in that huddle, the 11 man, that's what we're gonna rock with.
Is there like a better vibe in that locker room?
Chemistry? Yeah. The chemistry is on point. We don't really have. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's communicating. There's really no, drama in our locker room.
I know a lot of fans are going to do this, compare you and AB this year, the stats. Are you going to be looking at his stats too, compared to yours?
No. There's no need for that. I'm looking at my own team and how we do and how we win. I'm fine. I would take 5 catches for 30 yards and win the game. And then have 10 catches, 2 touchdowns. It's not really about myself. At the end of the day, it's about getting the Super Bowl. Everyone gets paid more. You guys travel with us. So everyone wins.
There's been a lot of talk out of this building about the defense getting more turnovers this season. Did you script the first play of 7 shots?
No, not at all, man. I was just trying. I've been telling people when I tweeted the other day, man, it's time for us to start getting books. Just interceptions. I dropped a lot. Yes, a lot of opportunities last season, and just making sure that I can bring those in.
Can you describe that play? Go through it. What'd you see and how'd you make it?
It was me and Vance out there on the island, and he ran the outside release. So I thought it was going to be a fade, and then when he sunk his hips down to run a comeback, I just undercut it, and then I looked back and the ball was there, so I had to pick it off.
Now, should Steeler fans be excited that you got a pick, or should they be disappointed that Ben threw another one?
No, they should be excited I got a pick. Ben is a wily vet. He's gonna be good, and that's me just trying to make a play and just trying to get my opportunities up.
You mentioned the ones that didn't happen last year for the group. You guys have been a good pressure team the last couple of years. Usually interceptions follow pressure. Why hasn't it been happening?
I think a lot of the opportunities, we got to catch the ones that hit us in the face. If we would have caught a lot of the picks that we dropped, I would say we at least dropped 6 or 7. And then a couple of them that I dropped, and then one ones that, I mean, unfortunately, me and SD ran into each other for one of them. So we have a lot of opportunities out there that we left on the field. So just the ones that hit us in the face, and then when we got a D-line putting that pressure on them that they're going to continue to do, we just got to make sure we catch the ones that hit us, and we'll be fine.
Did you notice any other ones today?
No. But BA had one today too. So I think we had 2 picks today. So just as many more practices as we got, just making sure that the ones that hit us in the hands we catch, and don't be thirsty for them. We got to have pass breakups and don't just start going out of character. But when the ball comes to you, make sure you catch it.
What's the mindset starting over again? It was pretty atypical season in that the Steelers didn't make the playoffs, and then that off season was one like few teams have experienced in terms of all the tumult, I guess.
I mean, it's just a good feeling to get back out here. When you start putting helmets on, when you start going against the offense, I mean, that's just what it's really about, And this team, I feel like there's never really been underdogs. Ever since I've been playing against the Steelers for 7 years, they were never the underdog. So just having that chip on our shoulder, having that, people doubting us, I think that's something that we could take use to our advantage and just come out here and grind. And it's all literally about what you're doing between the lines.
You feel like an underdog this year?
I do.
How come?
Just because people always, you hear the outside noises. Because usually, man, the Pittsburgh, they're always, no one, they're going to be in playoffs, and it just is what it is. They just basically put us in the playoffs. So now, just hearing people not talk as highly of us, it's kind of put a chip on people's shoulder.
You think that's positive? Can you guys use that?
I think that's a great thing. So we got something to really, really work for.